Shit just be all over that, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit be like that sometimes, bro. Fuck the headphones up. Morning, morning, morning. How are you? How are you? How you feeling? How you feeling? I ain't gonna lie. Man, you gotta get you some rest, fam. I ain't gonna lie, it be like that, man. Trust me. It be like crazy. I remember I was like, I couldn't get no sleep, especially when I was having spiritual battles. Like, I'd be up over like 38 hours. Like, I was up like 3 days straight, weeks straight, man. You know, man, but things gonna get better. Fam, man, we all be having them, man. Ain't gotta lie.
This is a
Yeah.
little bit easier.
How you feeling, fam?
I'm doing pretty good. So, my wife went to work yesterday and she came home over to her daughter's house because she spent the night over there with her grandkid and her daughter. So, we drove. My son is dating a girl that we've known for years, pretty much. When they first met, those black dots where their eyes meet? You know what I'm talking about? When they see
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other,
I know what you're
it's
talking about.
clear as day. You can see that. So at that time, life was leading them in different directions, but eventually they ended up where they were. Now they're together. So we drove him to Richmond. The girl he's dating, their aunt is their biological father was killed when they were like 7 and 4. So
Wow.
their aunt went with me to bring him to Richmond. So she's been around for a while. So we drove him up to Richmond, which is about 2 hours away. And my niece and all of her friends were. I was doing it live, and I said, "Well, if y'all can get me 2,500 or 3,000 likes, I'll just go up north." And by golly, within 2 minutes, I had 3,200 likes. So I'm like, "All right." So here I am. Drove an extra 2.5 hours north just to be here,
Hey,
but it's.
man.
I have a really good friend of mine. I've known him for like 25 years, pretty much. He's family as well. He's getting surgery done tomorrow, a fusion in his toes, and
Prayers up for him, man.
yeah, and he's not strong mentally. He's one that will
Man,
literally.
like people don't realize those surgeries. It gets scary sometimes, man.
Well, he's always had mental issues. Like he's always been. I have a feeling if I'm not here, he would do something.
Yeah,
If
you
that makes
know,
any
cause
sense.
what's crazy because like my surgeries I had growing up, everyone I had was a risk take. Like it wasn't like a guarantee that I was gonna make it out. And like 90%, my heart stopped mid of them surgeries. And people
Yep.
don't realize, man, like I woke up and them doctors just was praying that I woke up because they couldn't, anything they tried to do to bring me back, they couldn't. So that's how crazy it be.
It
People
is.
don't realize, man, that
They don't. They don't. But I mean, he's not going in for. So like he's got a bone spur around his big toe, and where the joint where it bends, it's wrapped. It's in there, so they have to fuse his toe.
Wow.
Yeah. So he can't walk.
That's that scary because I ain't learned this neither. Like when I had went to Georgia and I had split my toe, I ain't realized like you can really die from like your even it's a cut or anything.
Gangrene
Like
can
the
set
doctor,
in
like
anytime,
the
man.
doctor told me that like you could if it got affected you could have died, and they
Hmm.
was scared to even touch it. So it just be like, man, we really don't know what can cause you can. If you
Yep.
think it's just a little cut whole time, that can be life
He
threatening.
has my buddy Josh has got friends that live literally 5 minutes from him, and they don't even come by and see him. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I live 4 hours away, and I'm here.
That's sad though, cause that's how it's sad that like you don't get a visit, but as soon as your day come, everybody want to see you.
Yep.
It's like they rather see you in a casket when your soul not even in the body no
Mm,
more, and
mm,
it's just an empty body, just an empty image of you. You gone now.
mhm.
You somewhere in heaven somewhere, and
Yes.
people rather visit you when you there, when you can't even talk, but while you living it and you able to respond back, they rather not even come around or don't even text you.
Right. I just know that he's not going to be able to do anything, so he can't cook. He has nobody to come over to help him. And if I'm really trying to be about what I'm trying to be about on here, if this is not a sign of what I'm supposed to do, then I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Like things are going to fall into places they should.
Man,
So I mean, if this
can't
isn't a
know the
sign of something,
sign.
then
Them signs be there. When it's in your gut feeling it's heavy on you, gotta go with it.
yep,
You
absolutely
know,
right. And my wife is amazing. She's full support. She knows if I'm done here and let's say you need help and I go to you, she's well aware. She goes, you do what you need to do to get your message across,
that's that's
and
fire
that's a
because
rarity to have.
for real. Cause like nowadays, other people wouldn't understand it. They would go off their own emotions and not realize there's a bigger picture.
Right.
So that's a blessing to have like a support system. You know what I'm saying? Especially at home. Because a lot
Yep.
of
Yep.
people don't have that. A lot of people just be like, it'd be crazy that people will judge your mood off a video you post, but in reality, they don't know what you're going through. You
Right.
probably going through a lot worse off camera, but nobody won't realize it.
Well, that's why you're right. A lot of people don't know how we feel behind off camera. I'm a firm believer in I like to tell everybody my whole that's why I'm on live a lot of the times now because I want people to see a real glimpse of reality.
That's
So I might be behind the camera, but I'm still hurting.
that's
I'm, and,
that's
and
why
just
I
because
be
I
on the same time, like as you, and I cut you off, and then I be like on the same time, like I go live, no matter what mood I'm in, cause it's real life for me. It's like
hmm
to show the world, just because what you see on the camera, it's just how you gonna get through it. How you gonna pull yourself out of it. Cause we
well,
all gonna have them moments.
it's like me and you talking right now. We have what 2 other people watching us. It's we're being real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've had 2 strokes. I have lupus. This cold weather is killing me, but I have to do what I have to do in order to achieve what I have to achieve too. No sad days. Consistency, right?
facts. That's
So
why.
yeah,
That's
I'm
why. I. It's crazy. Like I started this like those sad days movement, right? Without even know I started the movement. It's just me challenge myself to not have sad days.
so is that your baby? Is that your great no sad days? Is that your thing?
Yeah. Like
You should hashtag it.
I really ain't seen nobody really be saying that. You know, it just me challenge myself every day. It went from okay, let me challenge myself to see can I be happy for over a month. Cause last time I went a month, then it's like it was like my parents' month when they passed, so I had ups and downs. So I
Right.
reset it, and now I'm starting like now it went from 1 day to over 51 days now. So it just be like, you never know by you challenge your stuff, you might start it to help other people say, let me see how many sad days I can go without having none, you know.
Right. Well, maybe you should hashtag that yourself. Though, put hashtag no sad days. Start.
I don't know why I don't hashtag nothing. I don't know why.
You actually
It,
should believe it because the algorithm is going to push that out there if you have the hashtag. And if you put it out there enough, it's going to have your own hashtag. It's with my hashtag home. That's on there all the time now.
you know, because like TikTok change every day.
Yeah, if you
You
put the
know,
hashtags on there, you'll get more. The hashtags will represent the people that are searching for things. It'll be more relevant to what they're looking for. So if you're looking for uh, um, like lifestyle or not therapeutic, but how the categories are,
yeah.
what your no sad day is going to fall under a category that someone's going to be searching for, and your stuff's going to pop up with that hashtag.
I'll be one, but it just be like I don't know. It just like with me, it just be like, man, I want the ones who meant to relate to this. You know what I'm saying? Cause sometimes with it, you attract the wrong crowd or the wrong people. Cause you got some people on here that act like try to act like they don't have sad days. And you got some people that act like they going through something just for the internet, but in reality, they not living how they say they living. You know.
You're exactly right. You're 110% right on that. The the people that we have to so what I've learned and what's been effective for me the past I don't know probably 5 nights in a row now is I go on different lives. I actually am at the point now where 3 or 4 will actually invite me themselves, and there's a room of like 8 other people that I have no clue what's going on. But she's like, "This is the guy I was telling you about. Tell him what you're trying to do."
Hey
And
man,
and, and, and so
that's a blessing right there.
it is a blessing, and I'm trying to. It's not an impossible thing to do. It's just I don't have a crew. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I understand people. The crew I'm looking for, they have to understand that it's going to be rough in the beginning, like everything is. You know what I'm saying? But if we stick to it, we're all going to benefit from the rewards. And the me personally, it's the satisfaction of doing something for somebody else. That makes me happier than anything.
That's just some things you got to pray because you can't. How can I put it? You can't let the wrong person come in it.
Exactly.
Cause that gonna
Exactly.
mess up everything you got going on. Cause people don't
Exactly.
realize once you join and it's for a cause, that your actions, another person action can make it seem like y'all all the same. Cause y'all
Right.
all one at the end of the day.
Right. And that's why I'm very big with how I talk to everybody, including you, because I ask questions because I want to know how you think. And I don't just come on to a live or talk to people on a regular unless I have a really good feel for your genuineness. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
on here. Cause that was part of my one of my problems too. But I can't join everybody lives. Like, cause
mine,
everybody lives be sometimes be BS or they bring out. You could feel the energy. It ain't even right.
not mine, guy, not mine.
So that's why I like people be thinking, oh, I be acting funny. No, it's like if
No.
if I know you not genuine and I know your live ain't even put out the right message, cause I learned like on TikTok, it's so many people want doing this for the wrong reasons and not for the right intentions. But with you, I know it's different. You got that passion. But it be so many people out here that don't have it. Like
Right.
people act like they do, but they heart in the wrong place.
Either they hide, either they have it and they're trying to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like a false Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just going along
Right.
with the people. Um, the people that don't understand or are like that, they may get what they want in life, but they're not going to truly be happy.
Facts.
Um, and they're going to always wonder what it was that's missing. And it's going to be the simplest thing. And that's
It
going to be the
always
eye
be.
opener. And that's when they're going to realize it's too
That
late.
be the crazy part. It's always be something so simple
Mm-hmm.
that we overlook it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's the simplicities in life that make it easier.
Facts.
It's if you, if you so I was a general manager of a pizzeria. Let's say I hired you 2 days prior and it's your first day and you're working with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you. The first thing I'm gonna tell you as a GM, because I'm one of the most unorthodox people. I've done this since I was 4 years old. I've seen it and know it. First thing I'm gonna tell you is I know you're gonna fuck up. I already know you are, and I how bad you fuck up is gonna depend on you. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? I know you're gonna mess up order. I know this. It's a learning curve. You have to give. I know this. So that breaks the ice with me and you. That gives you the opportunity. Ask me the questions. Ask me what. Now I'm doing my rapport with you, so now you know that I'm not just a boss.
That's
I
cause
don't look
you
at.
know
I
what's crazy? Cause it be some that be crazy. Cause you know people don't realize. Even people who head don't realize the people who work for you really. If a customer feel comfortable, they gonna keep coming because of that person.
mm,
People
oh,
don't
dude,
realize.
when we opened up that restaurant in Princess Anne, dude, our first Super Bowl, we banked almost $11,000,
Ah, dang,
and that was with 4 people in a restaurant.
that custom. Cause people don't realize. Like I be feeling like even with jobs like higher up, they take people for granted because the people make what y'all company is. Especially if that person got a bond with certain people, customers. Cause
Oh,
you
I love
know,
customers.
once that customer feel comfortable, they don't feel like going, oh man, let me go here, cause they know it's right. But
I
once
had a
that over with, it, that
I had a
person
couple
ain't that
I
that
had a
that
couple
person.
walk through the restaurant once. I don't mean to cut you off because it's funny you mentioned that. I had a couple walk into the restaurant, and they were die-hard Pizza Hut fans for 20 plus years.
Dang,
I said, you tell me what you want on your pizza. I will make it personally, and if you don't like it, I will give you your money back. All right. 6 months go by, and now they're regulars. Like they don't go to Pizza Hut. Dude comes up to me and says, is it weird that our Pizza Hut called us to see if we were okay?
dang.
Yeah. So I mean, I love problems. I love people who have complaints. Because, oh, this hair was in my salad or whatever it was. Well, what color is it? It's blonde. Ain't no blonde people in here, lady. And I ain't got no hair. So you
Man,
can take your. We're not going to make you no free. So people do that. I understand the business because people want freebies. But the people who are in these higher positions, I'm not talking about what I'm talking about, like business, like warehouses. The people that are in the higher up positions forget that they started at the bottom too,
facts,
but
man.
they lost their way when they started getting the money.
And that's what it be, cause that people feel like I hate like a lot of people they forget. they were one of us, at the down low, then no praying, and then when they get to that point, they don't got the money, they don't got what they wanted. It's like it's shit on everybody who down, but they don't realize the ones that's down. The reason why you still in that position.
Have you ever been at a job site where a boss has come up to you and you felt like they said like some like good job for doing hard work or whatever it is, and you felt like it was kind of
I had people had to go through that. I had people who had went through that, like
you know
friends.
that fake encouragement just so you keep making the money?
Cause my bro was going through that, and he was telling me, and I'd be like, it seemed like you go through hell and back when you at the bottom. But as soon as you get that name, it's like everything come to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything easy now, and people don't
Mm-hmm.
realize how quick you get lost in it because especially if you got addiction or you got something that you ain't fixed for you got there, and
Mm-hmm.
then when you get there, it easy destroy you because you don't. People don't realize once you got that name, you don't really have to pay for nothing for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people just giving it to you, just and people don't realize how lost in the sauce you can be, and how can
Yep.
you lose yourself so quick because you start praying, you start doing things. Now everything just handed to you, and it just take that one slip up to make you lose everything.
Right.
People don't realize how long it took you to get there, but how easy you can lose it all just by one mistake or letting the wrong person in or you getting big headed. And people
You're
don't
absolutely
realize
right.
it. That's why I always ask myself how I feel when I finally get there. Like it was some change or because it's like you always have that fantasy of how you gonna get there, but you might have a different feeling once you finally get there.
Right.
It might don't even hit the same. You know what I'm saying? You might be
You're
like,
absolutely
damn.
right. It may not. You're absolutely right. It may not.
That's why I learned to enjoy every journey through the ups and downs because then the moments you gonna enjoy the most. Cause by the you get there, it might be you might have to go through a lot of problems.
You're not wrong there.
So
My 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 thing is, so you're right with what you said there. I don't know how much time I have left, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because of my lupus, the common cold can kill me if I'm up there in my stages. You know what I'm saying? God willing, I live to be a regular Joe, 88 years old, full life. God willing. My children know that they know that I'm not going to get treatment. They've heard me tell the stories of how my mother was on the medications and how comatose. I don't want them to see me that way. I
I
want them to
feel
see
that.
me work until the end. And that's what I'm trying to show. The deeds that I do is going to teach them to carry on the ship.
Let them
And
keep on building up your legacy.
my youngest son actually broke down crying because he's like, we were our time with you as kids because they were abused and whatnot was stolen. I'm like, you're right. But at the same token, here we are today, and look where you came from, and look how you are today. And that's their faces are like, you got a point. Like Sean, my youngest was thrown into a closet and locked for hours. When I first got him, when I first got him, he called me when I was at work. Anybody, every 20 minutes. From there, it got to be 45. From there, an hour. From there, 2 hours. It progressed to where because he never had stability. He was always wondering where everybody was. He never. So I had to work with him on that. Now he's living with his girlfriend for the past 2 years out of the house. Has a job for 3 years at a resort with my wife. You know, he's doing things. and they don't. What the younger generation doesn't realize is that you're doing it. You're making improvements. You're making a difference. If you haven't noticed that, what have you learned? What have you? We got to be more aware for these youngins and give them more props than what they really deserve. Because kids at that age, at 7, 6, 7, 8 years old, they're natural born scientists because they ask questions. Why? If we
Facts.
kill that, we kill the knowledge.
And the crazy part is, you know what crazy that like, you know, people don't realize like in this age and how the world going, the kids is the future. That they in a world full of all you see is the bad. You know,
Yep.
they think this all they know, but it's a big world that they don't even know that's out there. So you know, a lot of them be part of their environments. You think,
You're absolutely right. And there's a lot of things that we get frustrated about as being adults and parents and whatnot that we get frustrated is like we give you the answer right here and you do the opposite and then you get mad at us for not, it's not our job. We've been through it, my guy. This is what I tell my sons. It's not my job. My job is to give my my job is to give you the best answer to make you better. So that's why when they ask me questions, it's usually I'll break it down. Like, all right, question one, before you go any further. Question one, when do you want to do this? Oh, within the next year or two. So now I'm already thinking, all right, we're financially like my brain's rolling. I'm like, all right, and then we break it down. I'm like, so I'm going to advise you
yo,
if you
yo,
take
yo,
if you take your 2 year idea, let's say, Sean, you want to bump it, do 3 years. That way, you have enough, and that way you can. He goes, you know what? That might be a better idea, Padre. I appreciate that. Like, that's what it's about.
facts.
And a lot of these parents and teachers in schools don't even do that either. So,
Man, the school
Midwest,
system
how's it going?
it's so crazy now. It's like this
What's
school
good,
just
y'all?
backwards. It's like back then you used to have like teachers that care for you. Like now you got teachers don't even care. They let you
Yeah,
bring a phone in. They'll let you record in there.
teach, teachers are just bona fide babysitters, in my opinion, nowadays. And
Yeah,
nowadays,
right.
it's scary.
For real.
Yeah, they don't really care about your education. Like they don't really care for it. Like I remember me going there. Teachers say they don't give a f in like
You know
what
what?
I do. They already getting the job. They already got a promo. They already getting money for what they doing. Like one teacher told me that one time, and
You want
I
to hear
be
something
like,
crazy?
Hey, bro.
you know,
I feel like the teachers, like in high school and middle school and shit, they really don't. But when you got the college professors and shit that actually do care.
You know why? And I'll
yeah,
tell you why. Because teachers in these middle schools and high schools teach, look at these kids as kids and not human beings. When I
Mm,
was raising my boys, I talked to them like we are talking right now.
right.
None of that goo goo gaga. If you, that's how they learn words. That's how they adapt
Hell
everything.
yeah, you gotta keep talking to them.
So it's funny that you mentioned about teachers and everything because my dream job was to be an archaeologist or a history teacher.
Mm.
All right.
man, that's crazy.
Do you know why Friday the 13th is considered bad luck?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna blow your mind out the water. You know what? This is why I want to be a history teacher. I'm gonna blow your mind out the water. You know what? You know why? Anybody
Why
know?
would you?
So in
I don't know,
1033,
man.
in 1033 AD, the Knights Templar. That's when they got accused and burned. 10,000 Knights Templars were burned at the stake on Friday the 13th, October. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why the number 13 is a unlucky number.
Damn.
So
That's
they,
why
they so they turned it to like a horror movie.
right. And it's
Dang.
You
yeah.
said they
So
burned them at the stake?
yep. Over 10,000 Knights Templar were burned at the stake at the same time on Friday the 13th.
What the?
And they turn it to a horror movie instead of like, but it's a real fact behind it.
Yep, because the Spanish king was accusing the French king was accusing them of stealing the treasures and all this, and because the Knights Templar back in those days were the wealthiest in any other nation. They had all the gold. They were basically mercenaries
Wow.
protecting religious objects.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we celebrate. That's why Friday the 13th is Friday the 13th. Now, why
I
do ducks
know.
fly? Now, why do ducks fly in a V?
Man.
That's crazy.
So it's all
Damn,
makes
man.
sense
See,
now.
this is the knowledge that I'm wanting these younger generations to have. You know what I'm saying? This is
Right.
I call it useless information, but don't take me the wrong way when I say this. Did you all know about Friday the 13th right there?
Nah, I ain't
That's
gonna lie.
No,
yeah,
teacher,
bro.
no teachers will teach that, and that's what needs to be taught because that's really cool information. That's history.
Yeah.
Cause people will be like, man, cause it's Jason. The whole time it's really deeper than that.
Yep. There's a whole big thing about the Knights Templar about how they became and how they fell, dude. I watch it all the time. I watch nothing but history stuff, ancient history. I watch it.
See, I
Oh,
was
because
doing that back then. And you know what's crazy? Like back then, they used to show all that on TV, but then they stopped. They stopped.
because they try to control and limit what people can learn because they want you stuck in the same jobs repeating the same thing for a profit for them. That is what has got to be broken.
That's why you gotta go like on certain TV apps to really see how what they was
I watch YouTube. That's why I'm watching right now. I watch YouTube all the time.
facts. Cause you know YouTube be. It's like now
Hey man,
YouTube
there's so
coming
much
like.
information on YouTube too
Nah,
now.
man, it's so much on there. I'm talking about. I had seen like a video of like they were showing a snake village how they have poisonous snakes still like slither around and they don't kill it
Nope.
or the snake don't even attack them.
Nope.
Yo,
Nope.
what's good.
The world's most poisonous snake is the Atlantic sea snake. It's that black and white snake that you see floating around in the ocean. That's a
Oh,
5-step death.
I seen that on Amazon one time.
If you want to know my number one fear, my number one fear, like now, the bobbit worm.
What
Look
you said?
up-
What?
The bobbit worm. Look up the friggin' bobbit worm. That is my number one fear
You
today.
said, oh, you talking about the bottom on the worm?
The bobbit worm.
Oh,
What's that, George?
Look it up. Yes,
you gotta look it up, man. I know.
You gotta look it up. I'm not gonna spoil this one. You gotta look up
Listen.
All
bobbit
right,
worm.
all right, all right. I'm gonna look that shit up, man.
I want to
There's
see
so
your
many
reaction when you look at
worms
it.
that you don't know about. Like I only reason why I knew about certain worms when I was playing Gears.
No, this ain't no ordinary worm, my guy.
No, I think I
Wait
seen
till
that.
Midwest looks it up.
I gotta look it
Watch
up
this
too
space
though,
season.
cause I know about
Hold on, look it
the
up real
rock
quick.
worm,
Look it
but
up
I
real
don't
quick.
know about like the bottom worm. I heard about it, but I never seen it
Yeah,
though.
that bobbit worm can be up to about 15 feet long.
Man, I'm
Ooh,
about to look this shit up right now. Hold
I'm
on.
telling you. I'm gonna have
you
your
know
minds
what's
rolling.
crazy? People think like, you know,
You said what is it?
the
The
bottom.
bobbit worm.
Bobby?
Bobbit worm.
15 feet is crazy.
What the fuck?
Oh,
You
right.
gotta show that,
bro. What the fuck?
Hey, you gotta show that, yeah.
You should see eat
All
a
right,
fish.
hold on, y'all. Look at this shit. Hold on.
Hey, bro, that look like a snail. It's
So
crazy.
That's a fucking alien, bro.
That worm. So that picture right there. There's at least 8 more feet of that worm below the sand. All right, and it stays like that. There's videos of this worm eating a fish. It'll stay open, and when a fish comes near, it'll snatch it and bring it right down.
Oh, I seen a video like so. That's what it called. I ain't know what that. Oh my god.
So the part that's showing, that's just like above the surface, and it's more at the
there's like
bottom
10
type shit.
Yeah, there's 10 feet below that of a worm. Yeah. Now, if you want another interesting one, look at the Christmas tree worm.
I ain't heard of that. Yeah. The Christmas tree.
Yep.
Hey, look that up, Trip.
I'm telling you, dude, I have so much information in my head. It's hard.
Hey, Trip, look up Christmas tree worm, bro.
Damn. You said look at what?
Christmas tree worm.
Hold on, I will.
Nah,
Christmas.
that's so crazy. I ain't never heard about no Christmas tree worm.
But look at the fun that you're having learning about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be put into these schools is this.
Right. Cause I ain't
I'm going to
never.
give you a little bit, but I want you to find it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a reaction of, whoa, that's the
No, cause
key.
that's crazy. Cause I only heard about different type of worms, but them I ain't heard about.
Dude, I watch, when I go to bed and I can't sleep at night, I watch like 5 hours of the most useless information to go to sleep to.
What it is? Like an honest question. In the Amazon forest, do you think it's still dinosaurs still exist out there somewhere?
Well, I mean, you look at the alligator, the crocodile, the shark, they're all considered dinosaurs. The Komodo dragon, considered a dinosaur.
They just
The,
don't call it that.
the nearest dinosaur that we can eat today is the chicken. That's related to the T Rex.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's not far. I mean, look at your domestic house cat that came from saber-toothed tigers.
And and what's crazy? They won't even let it be known that though, but they'll make it seem like it's something else.
Because they don't want you to know truths.
Cause
And that's what's
I
wrong.
feel like, cause they ain't even 20% covered the whole Amazon. So I always question this. How can you
So,
tell us that it ain't nothing out there that's big if y'all ain't even went out there yourself?
so question one: did you find out the Christmas worm yet?
I'm trying to
So,
think. Hey, Trip,
oh shit.
you gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Cause I don't got my Western name.
But question two would be actually, what was question two? I don't know what question two was.
Same thing.
You said something, and I had a question for it.
No, it's like how can like they say oh everything passed in the Amazon but they ain't even explored 20% of it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, because there are some tribes in the Amazon that are protected, and they're still, and they've never met the outside world still, so they're being protected
Mm.
to keep their history alive for themselves. Because there's 4 tribes I think in the Amazon currently that have never seen a white man, clothes, nothing.
Wow.
They don't even know that planes exist.
What?
I'm serious.
No, cause I seen some, but I know certain things they do not speak on. You know, they
But
can't speak on.
there was
So
a
I
tribe.
used to be like, dang, what they see that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
There
What
was a
they
tribe in the, I want to say, Malaysian islands, somewhere out there where Japan is, like somewhere in the islands. There was a tribe that um, a plane actually dropped off food, and this tribe never seen what a plane was. So they built it
wow.
because they thought of it as a god, and they actually made a stick plane for it to come back.
Wow.
Yep, yep, it's real stuff.
And you know what's crazy? That they make it seem like, it's something different the whole time. I always used to ask, like, why certain tribes can't speak on certain things. Why they say, oh, you can't talk about it. Or,
Because
like,
a lot of them want to be secluded. A lot of them don't want the outside world to interfere in their traditions, and I understand. There's a tribe that still hasn't seen anybody in over 5,000 years.
Damn.
and
Like
I don't blame them because they ain't missing
they
nothing.
don't have money. They don't do nothing. They just live in the forest.
And you know what's crazy? I be seeing how they really just be going out there, like, and it should be like they surrounded by anything that like even in the waters is crazy because you gotta watch out for gators. You gotta watch out for
Oh yeah.
crocodiles. You gotta
There's
watch
a
out.
tribe, also in the Amazon. Their children will put on these wicker mitts, and they have the fire ants that are that long, and they put their hands in there. And they got to hold it on there as a rite of passage as it stings them.
And
And,
you know what's
and
crazy? It be so much things like in the Amazon. They got things you can eat off the trees. You know what I'm saying? They be
they find at least 12 new species a day.
What's the
just in
word,
trees. Cause
bro?
I seen a video of it how they find
Christmas tree
food
worm.
through.
Oh, red. That's not a Christmas tree worm. That's
Hey,
a
Yeah,
mealworm.
look up the Christmas tree worm.
Christmas tree worm.
that's crazy though. I ain't never know they made a worm and call it Christmas tree.
Yeah. I think if you touch it, it changes colors or something.
Let me guess. Is it? I thought it was gonna be like big as a Christmas tree.
What the fuck?
See? I blew his mind out the water.
What the fuck? That's a worm?
Yep.
How the fuck is that a worm?
Hey, how that look? How it look, bro? How it look, bro? You just
I've got this man interested in learning some new stuff every day.
uh, oh no, that bit don't even look like a worm, bro.
Hold on, it's other pictures too. Hold on.
But if you touch it though, it'll shrink down and then come back out again.
What?
Me too.
Yep, Christmas tree worm.
Oh, that's crazy.
We know more about space than we do our own oceans. Isn't that crazy?
Hell
Oh
yeah.
wow. And you know what's crazy? I always used to ask, like I used to be like questioning, how can y'all tell us what's in the ocean? Y'all never wait, y'all can't even go past certain like sea
Yeah, we
levels
can.
or
Yeah, we can.
even go down.
We've been to the deepest part of the ocean.
But can you survive it though?
We can't live down there. I mean, if we put a dome down there and pressurize the water so it doesn't crush us, sure. But two men actually went down in the 60s in a sub and went all the way down the Mariana Trench.
Mm.
That's been done already.
Do you think it's like how can I put it? Like you think a more type species in the water that they haven't told the world yet?
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Here's a good analogy. If a if a 6 foot if a 6 foot shark could be in 3 feet of water and you not know it, why can't a Bigfoot be in the forest 3 feet from you without you knowing it?
Man, you know what? You know what's crazy? And they try to make it seem like that's not. But I believe it's still stuff in the woods that walk just like that.
Well, I'm in the area right now of the Appalachian Mountains where I could take you places around here where things happen. I took
Man,
my nephew out camping a couple weeks ago for his first tent experience. He's 19 now, but his first tent experience. And we have Sasquatches here.
what?
And we got, yeah, I'm sure I shit you not.
Nah, that's
Do you want to know why you can't find them? And I'll tell you why you can't find them. If you put a map of where all the reports are of a Bigfoot report in the United States, and if you put a map of those reports over a map of your national parks, you see the line of all the national parks.
wow.
Because you can't do anything in a national park. You can't build. It's a sanctuary. Hundreds of thousands of acres of stuff you can't go do.
Man,
It's a sanctuary, dude.
because they know what's out there.
Roosevelt seen one in his journal. He wrote about it.
I heard about that.
Read his dude.
Cause I
Theodore
heard
Roosevelt
about
seen one when he went to go do when he walked Yellowstone and all that. He saw one. He wrote about it.
Did you heard about the story that happened in North Carolina?
But what?
It was a dude coming home, right? You know, he was in the dark room. It was like a 12 foot. They don't know what it is. It wasn't no animal, and it was back of his pickup truck. So he speed went over 180, and he pressed the brake so hard, whatever it was fell off, but it left crazy marks on his truck. And the police look it up. No animal could have did that. They don't know what it is.
Came back.
So if you look, so there's only one thing that I can think of that can even be that big or look that tall, and there's a bird, and it has a wingspan of about 15 feet.
I gotta get one of them big.
And it can stand over 6.5 feet. And when it's hunched, all the feathers can perk up. I need to get my tablet. Hang on. Let me get my tablet.
Box. I need to get one of those for my foot. They sell them at Walmart, don't they?
Yo. How you doing, Kate?
All right. Education 101. Let's see. It's the biggest bird. I can help
I
you.
always thought it was like an ostrich or something like that was one of the biggest birds. Or the
Well, I'm like hang on.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, there's so many
All
birds
right.
that a lot of people don't know about that's out there though, especially like across the water, other countries.
The condor.
I
You
think
see
I
that
seen
woman?
a video of them type birds. It's like across the country though.
That's a. But if you look at the one with that woman, look at the size comparison.
Man, it
So
dudes
imagine.
get bigger than that though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Look at
that's
top.
gonna be man. That's jump like an eagle. It's crazy.
Um, it's the Indian condor. It's pretty neat.
Man, that just be crazy. It's
I
like
know.
people don't
I have a lot
realize.
of information on a lot of things.
Like a lot of people don't realize it's so much things out there that can you might think ain't no thing, but can put too much damage on us that people don't realize. Because before it was humans, it was like giants, and animals was big. Then
You know
then
why?
it,
You
it,
know
it
why?
crazy.
You know why they were bigger then?
Like I never understood it.
So the oxygen levels and the CO2 levels from all when the Earth was creating millions and millions of years ago with the volcanoes and everything, all that CO2 and oxygen was so high in elevation, like so high in numbers, as the Earth cooled and with the great with the ice age and everything, it cooled everything down and brought the numbers down, so everything started shrinking.
Wow.
So centipedes used a centipede used to be about 3 feet long and stood about a foot off the ground.
I tell people all the time if
Look
we
at
people
if you
think
look at a
like
gorilla,
how
if you look
how
at a
how this
gorilla,
going now
yeah,
without no guns. If the Lord would have put us back then, I think a lot of us wouldn't survive with the animals.
no, we wouldn't because we lost touch with that, and that's what we need to bring back. That's where the humanity was. That's where us helping the fellow man came to be.
Mm.
That's how we survived over 50,000 or 250,000 years as a species.
Uh,
We're only the tip of a fingernail in the time of this earth. That's how
man,
long we've been here as a species. A tip
People
of a
don't
fingertip.
realize that though.
And you figure these dinosaurs have lived millions of years and still going. Look at the megalodon. You see all these videos about the megalodon. Do I believe it's out there? Absolutely.
I believe it, cause you know why? If I hate how they try to block a lot of things and just don't just be honest, because how can you say it's something not out there if you wasn't even here when it was here?
Prime example. Prime example. Prime example. Here's the best example that I can give you. Moby Dick. You know the story about Moby Dick.
Yeah, I know some of it.
How the man with the whale killed everybody for
Yeah.
the white whale, right? Did you know that that is actually based off of a real event?
You know what's crazy? I did a couple of research. So I think that one ain't. I
I'm
think if
sorry.
I remember it, I know a lot of them. Some of them was based off real events though. Cause I'm like, I came up. I ain't asked no question because it's like ain't no way somebody just made it. You know what I'm saying? Like some of it got to be true. You know, that's just me how I was thinking when I. Cause it's like ain't no way a lot of this be made up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm gonna turn you on to something real quick. Hang on. What the hell am I doing? Um, I'm gonna give you a homework to do at your leisure. Um, Not Lobi. What is it called? It is called. All right. So if you have YouTube, I recommend you get this. Watch this one. The
Yeah, I got
terrifying
YouTube.
the terrifying story of the real Moby Dick. That is the genuine, real,
You know what? You know,
original.
I'm gonna look on that on YouTube today.
Yep. That will be your homework, sir.
I'm gonna see into it because you know what's crazy. I've been seeing a lot of things like with animals on my YouTube, like you know, like villages and how they got bonds with animals that the society make it seem like we don't supposed to bond with animals.
All right. Here's the question for you. Do you believe in mermaids?
I believe they out there.
All right. You want to hear some very interesting facts that they do exist?
It I know. I heard. I'm gonna say what I heard and did research on. They say they don't look like how they try to put on the movies how they look, and some of them it's like demon narrative,
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't see much light; they're underwater, so yeah, it makes sense that their skin's gonna be pale.
yeah, you know, like it's like you hear them voices that like they are called,
Oh,
but
sirens.
them
Okay.
but
My
you don't
my
supposed to
father told
try.
me some stories out in the out in the Navy. He was telling me he heard some screams out in the ocean at nights
And
too.
they say do not listen to them to
Nope. So mermaids. What is our body majority made up of?
sugar.
Water.
Yeah, water too, but still it's like sugar too though.
Our body's more of water.
Yeah,
We're the
fat though,
only
water too.
we're the only species that can walk on this planet that has webbing.
What
We have webbing.
species?
Walking has webbing, but with the exception of ducks. But I'm talking like humans for mermaid comparisons. We have webbings. Our hands are webbed.
So do they got? Cause I heard they don't have hands, but I think they really.
So what we're talking about is called the aquatic ape theory. Our ancestors had to make a decision because the water was coming up higher with the levels. Do they go to the sea or do they stay on land? So they
Mm.
adapted over years to becoming the mermaids and whatever. That's just theory. I don't. We don't know enough about our oceans, but
And
there have
you
been videos of people capturing things in these nets and
and you know
whatnot.
what's crazy? Like other people like across the world that's on the islands, they really can't speak on it. They really can't speak on what they see out there.
Hmm. Absolutely right.
And
Absolutely right.
cause it be like what's really out there that they can't speak on that but they know. You know what I'm saying?
Bigfoot,
I know
aliens.
I know aliens is real. I ain't gonna cause
Likewise,
you
we're aliens because we went to another planet. We went to the moon, so we're aliens.
hey, but a lot of people don't want to talk about that.
Well, it's mathematically impossible to think that we're the only thing out there in this mad fast universe. It's mathematically impossible.
Because people think this Earth is it, but it's bigger than this Earth. Like Earth is bigger than what they tell us.
It's so if we're going to go down that route, do I? Are you asking me if I believe that this Earth is the original one, or are we saying pre?
What you
What's
what
your
you what you think? You think this the only Earth on
no, no? So we're not the only. I'm not going to call it Earth per se out there. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the right star, because we're in the Goldilocks section of how creation is. So you have billions. Every star up there is not a star; it's a freaking galaxy in the sky. Those are galaxies.
wow. I
Believe it or
heard
not.
about it, but I never got into it though. Cause it's
Yeah,
like
but if you figure the dimmer it is, the further away, the brighter it is, the closer. No, the brighter it is, the further away, the dimmer it is, the closer. No, it's reverse. The brighter it is, the closer. The dimmer it is, the further. Yeah. So the nearest galaxy to us is the Andromeda Galaxy, and that's actually going to cross through the Milky Way in probably another 4 trillion years. But that's neither here nor there. But that's our nearest galaxy per se. Our galaxy is about 17. Nope, I take it back. It's 17.9 light years in diameter, and I want to say it's like 149 light years across.
dang,
And we're just a little speck on a little wing of a galaxy. That's it.
we probably ain't even near the part of the planet for real.
We're so our galaxy has a black hole in it. Eventually, over millions and billions of years, we're going to be in that. But luckily, we're not going to be around for that. The sun's going to explode eventually. That's good. There have been 5 great extinctions. It's not a matter of if, but when.
Mm.
You have the Jurassic, the Cretaceous. You got all these other things that have lasted for millions of years. There's been 5 great extinctions.
And you know what's crazy? Do you? I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think it'd be do you think it's portals out here that
What?
they hide that when a person come out and say they went through it, they make it seem like it's not real.
So I believe that there are. So Einstein actually proved that there are wormholes. He proved that. The only thing he did not prove is what's at the other end.
Man,
So I believe some of these people who are in airplanes and they go through the Bermuda Triangle and they get sucked through a wormhole or whatever it is, and they miss all this time and it's not far fetched, and I don't disprove that, but there could be alternate, depending on what it is. Is it your equipment? Has it been checked properly? Like, there's things I would check first. But if this person is adamant that I went here, how did I end up here? And if the radar people at the tower can say they disappeared and showed up over here, then you have two different people say the same thing.
Wow.
And a lot of people, like air traffic control, is a government funded thing. Sometimes you're not allowed to speak on it
Facts.
because if Donald Trump goes out here and says we're acknowledging aliens exist, you know how much mass hysteria would be? People wouldn't be
Mm.
able to know how to function or think.
But they already been here though.
There's a lot of proof out there that they have. Absolutely. Look at the Native Americans. They don't believe in, they believe in the ancestors from the stars. You look at the
Mm.
Sioux, the Cherokee, the Apache, every tribe around this country looked at the stars because they were star people.
And they try to make it seem like they crazy, but they really not crazy.
No. And it's just proof of, look at the Aztecs. They created a calendar, their own language, their own everything for over 1,000 years. And there's still a mystery.
Cause
But
it's still people on islands that you can't even go to. Like humans can't even go to it.
and that's why I want to break that box, my guy. That's why I'm talking to you right now, talking about this.
Cause you know a lot of people just think it'd be fake, but it's some islands where you go on there, they will kill you.
Yep. So there's an island about 90, maybe 20 miles from India. Nobody's allowed on that island because the tribe will kill you. It
Man,
has happened. Nobody's
right.
allowed on that island within a 10-mile radius.
And people don't realize that though. People think,
Nope.
and it'd be like
There's
you.
still
We don't know
there's still
what's
parts of
really
this
out
country
there,
that have there's still parts of the United States that haven't been explored yet.
man. I imagine, cause you know why? Cause everybody only think about what's popular, but they don't know what's really in the United States.
Nope. All we saw was land and prosperity, and this will work. We're gonna take it.
About, cause I always ask if they say certain this, but what do they really know? What's really out there in this world that we live in?
You and I could be in a submarine right now, and we could see the giant squid. We get up to the shore. We could say to our superiors, "We saw the giant squid. We did," and they're gonna look at us and be like, "No, you didn't." Yeah, we
Fact.
did.
If
No, you
me
didn't.
and you done seen it face to face, but they will believe, oh, that's a lie, cause what they think was
Even if they see it on, even with the equipment that we have, and they see it on film camera up top, and they see it, they're going to erase it because they don't want people to know.
happening.
Yes, yes, yes. The kraken is real. That's the giant squid. Yeah, it is a real thing. But I'm saying hypothetically because
Or
the
they'll try to
world,
use, or they'll try to say, oh, it's AI.
or or this creature has something very valuable that we want to study that could benefit medical research.
Mm.
And if you let it known that we found this species, you got every black market person coming to get it.
So imagine this, like I know, like we post a bill with animals. Do you think
We're supposed to what now?
even like with animals, right?
About them.
We supposed to have that connection with them.
All right. So every creature, whether you believe it or not, has a soul
I
because they
believe
have.
that.
So they have to be a living, breathing, intelligent creature to do what they're adapted to do. They have to have some type of function, something to keep a beat, something. So we are connected on levels that if I see a whale stranded on the beach and it's alive and I look into its eyes and I can see and I have that connection and it knows that I'm there to help it, you're not going to have a problem. Tigers do the same thing when they have things. It happens. I saw a video of a bear who had an arrow stuck in its shoulder, a grizzly bear, and a dude got out of his truck and pulled it out. The bear nudged him and walked away.
Right. You know what's crazy? But the media will make it seem like, oh, we don't supposed to be, we can't. Oh, they attack you.
Animals can detect your aura and your energy. That's why I like cats so much, because they're one of the hardest creatures to gain trust.
And that's why a lot of people don't like cats sometimes, because if you got a bad energy, they ain't gonna fool with you.
Nope. Well, they will, but they won't to a point. So if I have my cat and you came over I have 6 of them. If 4 out of my 6 like you and 2 don't, it's not you. You know what I'm saying? They're just not comfortable. They're just anxious,
And
or
or they feel like a cat too independent. You know what I'm saying? They'll go out and they don't. It'd be crazy because a cat will leave your house, but they know when they like when to come back and know
if a
exactly
cat
what.
leaves your house, all you if your cat does not return, all you have to do is leave the cat box outside. It'll come back because it can smell it for 2 miles away.
That'd be crazy because I had a cat and that's what he used to do. Like we used to keep him in the crib, but then he started coming. He used to go out and he'll come straight back. He know what time you come back. He know what time you getting off
Mm-hmm.
work or what time you coming in the house, and he'll be
It's
outside
a sign of
waiting on
intelligence. They take
you. Yeah,
note. But with a dog, when you get home, you have that instant energy, like, yeah, how was your day, man? Like, yo. And I don't want to be outside picking up your poop in the middle of the damn night either. No. I'll have a cat. You can go do your thing. You want me to pet you? I'll pet you. If you don't, fine, leave me alone.
you know. Cause
There's
I
no
always
way.
used to be like, man, cause me watching the Strive videos, like, and how they have deep poison, like the snakes they say that's deadly that you can't be around, and I see how they just go past a human without attacking them, and it made me look at it more different. Like I understand you gotta be careful with anything, but is they really deadly or they only attacking things they feel like it's a threat? So that's what I started like asking myself a lot. Like, is the things that's deadly, is they only attacking for survival mode, but do they feel like certain people is a threat to them? That's why they attack them. So that's why I
Glad
just
you asked
feel
that
like,
question. I can actually answer that. I can actually answer that question for you. So, snakes are not designed to seek people out because people are not on their diet and they cannot swallow them.
mm,
The only snake that has the potential to swallow a human is the Burmese, the rock, or the anaconda. And the
mm,
only way that they can eat or swallow a human whole is if the human is on their side and not on their back or belly.
mm,
Because a snake's mouth does not go sideways, it goes up and down. It stretches. Snakes that are snakes recognize whether they're poisonous or not. That they are defensive creatures. They will try to go away because it takes a long time for whether they're venom. Let's say a venomous snake. It takes a long time for a venom to come back into their system again. So they got to be very careful how they use their venom. So if you and I, because around here where my sister lives, we have timber rattlesnakes in Northern Virginia, and they're dark with black, and they got a rattle. But I could step down next to one and it could rattle and not strike me. It's
mm.
defensive. They don't want to. They're more afraid of us than we are of them in all reality.
That's what people like. I heard a lot of people say like they
And
be trying to get away from us than what we think they trying to.
they're not trying to get us at all. So if you think about it, I don't kill any snake. The only snake that I kill is if it actually friggin' bites me. And I've been bitten 6 times.
Hey,
And a couple of them were, they were buried and I was picking up a dead bird, whatever, defensive moves. But the majority of the time, snakes are going to try and get away from us. But here's a bit of dumb information for you. There's only one snake in the world that can choose to use its venom.
if that's the cobra or the viper, is it cobra or the viper? I know it's another one though that I'm sleeping on.
There's one snake that chooses to use its venom.
Cause I know I'm trying to see. Cause I remember it. I
You
know
want a hint?
they
It's in the
say the
United States.
deadliest one was the viper though. I
It's in the
thought the
United
cobra
States.
was.
It's in the United States.
It's the rattler.
Mhm.
Man, dude, cause I used to like when I go on Facebook, like they be showing me how people be rescuing them, like
Yeah.
be getting them, and it just be like that noise. I don't know.
It's
I
loud.
probably be like, cause they really be camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't even know it's right there if you're not really paying attention.
Mm-mm. And that's just what goes along with my theory about sharks, the Bigfoot. It's right there, and you can't see it. Why is it not possible?
And you know what's crazy? How big the Bigfoot is, but if you ain't paying attention, you probably walk past one. You probably don't
The
even know.
one, so my nephew and I, a couple weeks ago, we had two of them by our site. One was throwing rocks at us,
What?
and there was another one that was running around behind the woods. And
They threw
then,
rocks at y'all, bro.
like little pebbles, little pebbles. And off in the distance, you hear this, "Rah!" Like, yo, I'm telling you, dude. We were sitting by the fire. It was just me and him, and we heard crack, crack. And I told my dad, I said, Caleb, go grab 2 rocks and just bang them twice together. Ting, ting. Not even 30 seconds. Crack, crack, crack. And dude, we were shining the flashlight out there, and you can see the eyes behind a tree and just dart back over. Dude, I'm telling you.
So they do not attack you. Like they don't.
I've never been attacked. If you want my honest opinion, they're more curious than anything. But I feel if we disrespect their woods, that's when they get angry.
That's why I always feel, cause you see these videos, they just walk, they just be walking,
Walking, picking berries, doing their own thing, man.
and it be like, but in the movies they make it seem like, oh, you gotta avoid this. It's like, but people in the woods they respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like people who really seen them, they be like, you just don't disrespect them, and it just be like the things that they try to say, it's be the opposite if you
Well,
really.
it's funny because there's a lady that literally lives back here in the holler. I could take you to her house actually. She has like 30 plus acres of forest back there. She leaves a gift every day, and she gets something back every day.
Wow.
So her family's been doing this for decades with this group.
And people,
One day she got a little twig doll that was made like a little doll and leaves and stuff. Yeah, she got one of those. Like she brings out apples, she'll bring out anything. She does it all, and they gift her back.
wow.
But it's funny because there was I forgot what it was. There was a storm of something, or there was a storm, and she's on a low level here where the mountain water comes down and floods, pretty flash flooding. It Her barns her some of her animals were stuck. And the way that it was told to me is that the group came out and helped her with her animals because they felt that
Wow.
she needed protecting.
That just build a relationship with them.
That's all. I mean, if we show the respect that we need instead of throwing litter on the ground at a campsite and being all rowdy and shooting guns everywhere, well, but yeah, I'd be a little pissed off too if you come in my home and try to do that.
No, it's crazy. Like people don't realize like the stuff that they say we it's be the opposite. And the ones that really done seen them and be around them say different, but they rather cut them off and do and try to get them gone because they putting too much knowledge in the air. That
The only way that I can counter that is that these people are afraid to have an open mind. If you're so adamant that this is impossible, then I don't want to talk to you because there's a possibility in everything.
no lie. Because if you read, he put like the Lord put all this on this earth, right? And and you telling me, oh, you just seen it with your, because they were born before us, for we was on here. So I don't understand how people be believing it if we wasn't even on this earth. They know these woods more than us. Know
I'm going
this
to tell you
earth.
why, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Because as let's let's not me and you cut the shit here. We're both immigrants from different countries. You know what I'm saying? We're both
Mm,
ancestral different. You know what I'm saying? The Indians were here first, right? We both can agree with
right.
that. The Indians had relationships with these creatures or whatever it was, or had their treaties or whatever it was. When we came here, I'm not saying we, but when our ancestors came here, and they seen as they were taking the territories over from the Indians and whatnot and exploring, we see these creatures and we're naturally scared because from England, France, Spain, wherever our ancestors came from, those things are not there. You know, we don't see those. Now you come over and now you see. So there's stories that are going to be where that's drawn up as far as we as a immigrating peoples seen this creature and it scared us and we tried to kill it.
Wow.
Eradication. So why wouldn't you, as a Bigfoot, want to revolt in some
Facts.
way, shape, or form? Or there's a story in the 1850s, I think, where Bigfoots and a tribe of Indians actually teamed up against an against an army or something of that sort in Oklahoma or something.
What's crazy? Because the stories won't come out unless know you run across the right people, like the right people that
The
can tell it.
stories will come out if the right questions are asked, and as long as the person who's asking the questions doesn't judge the person or makes them feel like you're a fool.
Facts. Cause that's what that be so quick with us as a people as a whole. We hear something that we never went through or experienced. Instead of us acknowledging what this person is saying, and we rather go judge because we haven't went through it or we ain't experienced that. And people don't realize everybody gonna have a different experience.
Exactly.
This person might see Bigfoot. This person over here might never see, don't even know a Bigfoot exists.
And that's very possible.
And but we so quick to judge and oh, just because we haven't seen it, oh, it's not real.
Well, it's not that it's not real. It's just when we see it, is it pareidolia? Is it, are my eyes really playing tricks on me? Is this just a shadow? People play it off as pareidolia.
Cause
But
I
me, I've seen.
and cause I believe because my whole thing is, you know, okay, we on this earth, but all this other stuff was here before us. So how can we say something is wrong? Something just like you know what I'm saying? If us as a people don't even know what's really out there,
We don't even know ourselves as a people. That's
man,
how lost we are.
facts.
The only time that we knew ourselves as a people was when Washington was doing the Revolutionary War.
Man,
That's the only time that we came together as a friggin' humanity as a country was when we were trying to fight for our own democracy.
you know
That's
what's
real.
crazy? And then after all this, we still back to the bull. You know, we still back
And our
to
founding fathers are ashamed of us.
big facts.
This is not what all these hundreds of thousands of people sacrificed their lives for, spent years away from their kids to see. I feel
Well,
ashamed that our forefathers or who, whether they were slave owners or not, I don't care. If it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't be having what we have today.
and
I'm, I'm, I'm-
people don't realize like people say why you say this? Cause I say all this happened. You know, with the slaves, with all this, they died for a cause to change,
mm,
and every generation supposed to keep on and better the tradition. But it seemed like we the ones making it worse. And now this generation here is so lost that
when if you want to go back in history, look at the 50s and the 60s with the racism. How they can't, you tell me all the beatings, they can't get the Rosa Parks, all of that stuff back in those days. And then the 70s and the 80s and 90s things were good. 2000s, now we're getting to the 2020s, and now here we go.
all over again.
History repeats itself.
You know?
And we had COVID. What every 100 years there's a huge flu. There's a huge outbreak. COVID. What was before COVID? You remember?
Uh, it was that one. I forgot the name of it, but I remember it because
The
people.
Spanish flu was the one before that. Was the one before that. Then you had 100 years before that. There was another one. So every 100 years there's a friggin' pandemic.
Now you just saying it. It makes sense now, though. It makes sense.
And they don't want to tell the truth because they don't want to because they want to have that authority of controlment over us
Mm,
instead of just being real.
facts. Just like you know, people don't realize. You know what I'm saying? People, you know, with the politics or with the government, but people don't realize just because a person got that title, it's somebody over them too.
Right? Um, I'm gonna give you one example about religion. How much of Sodom and Gomorrah do you remember?
I ain't. I really ain't study him like that.
That's fine. Sodom and Gomorrah in the Old Testament, where God destroyed the towns for its wicked ways and whatnot and whatnot, and then
I
Sarah got
heard
turned
some
into
of that because me doing like
right.
that. Like certain people that he one of the ones I supposed to study. Like I supposed to
Right.
like.
So let's talk about this story about Sodom and Gomorrah real quick with Lot. All right. Two angels come into town. They try to find worthy people to bring out of town before it gets destroyed by God. Correct? These angels knock on this guy's door. Lot's. He invites him in, greets him as get the crowd. The town comes to his door, knocks on the door, and says, "We want those two guys." Am I
Wow.
right? Yes. Lot gives up his virgin daughter, says, "Take her, but not these men."
Oh, that was his name because I heard that story.
Right. So it gets better though. But this is what they don't tell you in churches because they stop it at a certain point when Sarah gets turned into
Yeah,
gets
see,
turned into salt.
I knew about Sarah.
Right. Now let's go further, and this is in the Bible. When Lot and his daughters went to the caves, his daughters got him drunk so they could have sex with him to have babies.
Mm. See, that's the part I ain't here yet. I ain't get to
That's what they
it.
don't teach you in church. It's in the Bible.
And the sad part, they ain't gonna do it.
No. So that's why I have a huge. I respect religion, like don't give me, but that's why I have a huge problem with it because you're not telling me the full truth.
Facts. Cause you know what's crazy about all this? They don't forget to be like, oh, pass the plate around the bed. They don't be honest. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
got and you know, only thing I hate that just like with anything. You know, it's just like the bad cops got a bad reputation for the good cops. And it's just like the bad preacher like the preachers, the bad ones got it messed up for the ones who really getting used by God in these churches. And it make people and that's with us as the people, we give up on one thing because we ran across the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? A bad experience, we don't give it another chance. You know what I'm saying? And two, we still can do our own research, but it just be crazy that it's so many people right now that in a false church and they thinking they getting blessed, but the whole time that person done block all that from you, and you giving your all every Sunday and you ain't getting nothing received in a good way because the pastor is not right.
Right. You're
That's the
absolutely right.
messed up part about a lot of these things too. It's like these some of these churches that false it blocking so many blessings so in people life, and they thinking they got something good, but the whole time that the person, the pastor, not even righteousness.
Right. You're right. You're right. My guy, I'm gonna get off here and go talk to my sister real quick. If you're still on, I'll jump back on again. All right.
You know, I gotta charge my phone, but I'm full to look it up, man. I appreciate this conversation,
I
man.
love it, dude. This is what I'm about right here, my guys. These are the conversations I love to have.
Me too, cause you know, a lot of times people don't need they need to know these type of conversations.
Hmm.
Cause these are
And again,
conversations they don't
if
want
I
out.
don't know it, I got my tablet here to look it up. Because I like
No,
to know too.
we always gotta do research like that. That's what people scared to know. Like you
Hmm.
know,
I was I was
gotta
gonna tell you
do
one thing to
research.
look up real quick when you get a moment to look up. Um, when you get a moment. I want you to look up Second Kings chapter 2, uh, 23 through 20. Well, I mean that's just a little bit, but read Second Kings chapter 2,
All right, I got you. You know
and
what?
then
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get off in it like soon, and I'm gonna
did you
do
write it
that.
down? Second Kings chapter 2.
I'm gonna do that as soon as I get off here.
All right,
Yeah,
all right, and then we'll talk later. And
I
don't forget your
got you,
Moby Dick
fam.
homework.
Got you, fam.
It's only a 20 minute. It's only a 20-minute video. You'll be all right. All right, my
Appreciate
guy.
you,
I'll catch you
fam,
later. All right.
man. Blessings.
We will talk later.
Got you.